Hi, I'm Future from theinnerlimits.org. Here I'll give you some background on the Gateway Method. In 1983, a report was submitted by the Department of Defense outlining the workings of this method. A covering letter accompanied this report, which we'll discuss. Robert Monroe was an American born in 1915 who died in 1995. He was ostensibly a radio broadcaster and researcher. He founded the Monroe Institute in order to pursue states of altered consciousness and coined the popular phrase out-of-body experience. He's written several books and pioneered much of how we understand altered conscious states. Bob Monroe developed HemiSync, a patented audio system that claims to enhance our performance. This system dulls the left brain, thereby allowing the right brain to receive input and suggestions without the filtering effects of the left brain hemisphere. Much has already been written and spoken about HemiSync, or brainwave synchronization, and yet it remains obscure. This video series delves into every section of the Department of Defense report released by the CIA in 2003. The report gives a comprehensive study of the gateway experience and of how and why it works. As a skeptic, you'll want to access this document for yourself. Details for downloading it from the CIA's official website are available on my website at theinnerlimits.org. If you've been following my 2022 telepathy experiment and my current collective subconscious experiment, you will be aware that I post a weekly report on my meditation sessions. All my work has been undertaken with no reference to work done by others. With this in mind, I was very pleased to find this report as it validates all the experiences that I've had. And all the questions I've had over the years have largely been answered. I can't wait to share this information with you in the hope that it will answer some of your questions. The first 2 pages of the document are a letter describing the contents of the report. This covering letter is from Lieutenant Colonel Wayne McDonald of Military Intelligence. It was sent to the Commander, U.S. Army Operational Group at Fort Meade in Maryland on the 9th of June 1983. The subject was an analysis and assessment of the gateway process. McDonald was charged with providing some type of justification for the continuing use of the gateway experience by military and federal agencies. These agencies had been using Gateway to enhance the behavior and performance of their operatives for some time, and it appears likely that this report was commissioned in response to questions of effectiveness and viability. He goes on to explain that it's impossible to understand the workings of Gateway without a deep dive into all the elements associated with it. Here we're talking about meditation, hypnosis, biofeedback, focus, resonance, consciousness, the time-space dimension, quantum mechanics, the absolute, a torus model of the universe, and brain hemisphere synchronization. Now, despite the complexity of these subjects, this report renders them understandable by anyone with sufficient interest. McDonald details the states of meditation, hypnosis, and biofeedback so that we can compare them in our minds with the techniques used by Gateway. He quotes the physicist Niels Bohr as saying, "You are not thinking, you are just being logical," to indicate that in accessing this report, you will need to use right brain and left brain thinking. The subject of belief systems is also discussed, and McDonald goes to great length to dispel any suggestion that Gateway is at odds with common religious beliefs. Join me as I delve into this report with Kim Locke from Our Paranormal World.